Picture this. You've spent weeks preparing. You've highlighted every page, drink way too much coffee, and you know the material. But the moment you sit down and the clock starts ticking, something happens. It's like a thick, gray fog rolls into your mind. You reach for a fact, a date, a formula, and your hand catches nothing but air. You're staring at the paper, your heart is racing, and a cold realization hits you. I'm failing. I must be stupid. But what if I told you that in that exact moment, your brain was actually performing a masterpiece of biological survival? What if the fog isn't a glitch, but a shield? To understand why we forget when it matters most, we have to look at the two rooms in your head. In one room, we have the librarian. This is your hippocampus. It's sophisticated, quiet, and incredibly organized. It holds your memories, your logic, and everything you've studied. Right next door, there's the security guard. This is your amygdala. Its only job is to look for trouble. Now here's the problem. The security guard is very loud, and he has a panic button. When you feel intense stress, the fear of failing an exam or looking dumb in a meeting, the guard slams that button. Immediately, your body is flooded with cortisol. In the wild, this is brilliant. If a predator is chasing you, you don't need to remember how to solve a quadratic equation. You need to run. So cortisol effectively locks the librarian's door. It cuts the power to the hippocampus to save energy for your muscles. The librarian is still there. The books are still on the shelves, but you've lost the key. The tragedy is what we do next. When we can't remember, we start a dialogue with ourselves. We call it brain fog or laziness. We tell ourselves we aren't academic types. But the science tells a different story. Chronic stress doesn't just lock the door temporarily. Over time, high levels of cortisol can actually cause the librarian's room, the hippocampus, to shrink. When we create environments, in schools or at work, that are built on fear and high-pressure stakes, we aren't testing intelligence. We are testing how well a person can function while their brain is screaming, "Danger!" You weren't too slow to learn. You were just too stressed to remember. Your biology chose survival over storage. So, how do we unlock the door? It starts by changing the story you tell yourself. The next time your mind goes blank, don't panic about the panic. That only feeds the security guard more cortisol. Instead, try to signal safety. Take a long, slow breath. Tell yourself, my brain is trying to protect me, but I am safe. Use active recall during your studies to prove to your brain that the information isn't scary. You aren't broken. You aren't less than. You are simply a human being with a brain that cares more about your safety than your grades. And once you learn to calm the guard, the librarian will always be there to open the door.
You're not alone here. Subscribe to Life Decoded